Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews, Action Movie Night. Tonight's review is on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Now, this 1969 James Bond film was the first to move on from Sean Connery to a new actor. After Connery decided that he was going to retire from the role and refused to reprise his role in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So who do the Broccolis end up getting to fill that void? They go and get a inexperienced actor who was basically just a model at the time to play the role of James Bond. Now, to give him a little bit of credit, there are times in this film that he is quite good and very charismatic as the character. And in those moments, he feels like a perfect successor to Sean Connery. Unfortunately, it seems like either that as the film progressed filming, he completely started to lose interest in the role, or, he just, ran out of steam. Whatever the reason, there are other moments in this, more often than not, that he is just basically just going through the motions and just feels bored being there on the set and playing this role. And that's unfortunate, because you're giving this huge opportunity and you blow it. Now you have Bernard Lee, Lois Maxwell, and Desmond Llewelyn reprising their roles as M, Miss Moneypenny, and Q, of course. And they are excellent as usual, but it just feels so odd with this inexperienced actor trying to act off of them, and they are just so good that they make him look bad in retrospect. And then you have your leading lady in this, which is the best part of this whole film, in my opinion. Diana Rigg is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and so charismatic. Even in scenes where she's acting with George Lazenby, she is highly charismatic and highly likable. I absolutely adore her in this role. She's one of my favorite Bond girls of all time. And it really sucks, though, that it's in a film that isn't one of the better of the series. Because I've always loved Diana Rigg. I mean, I loved her in The Avengers as Emma Peel. And so getting to see her in a Bond film, that was a dream to see that. But unfortunately, she didn't have Sean Connery to work with. If she would have had Sean Connery to act with the charisma that she already puts into the role, my God, this could have been the greatest James Bond movie ever made. And then you have Telly Savalas as Blofeld. Why they thought that it was a good idea to cast an actor who has no British accent, no real feel for this character, doesn't feel like this character at all. The only thing he has in common with Donald Pleasance is a bald head. And the reasoning behind moving away from Donald Pleasance was that he's the master of disguise, Blofeld is. He takes on a different look every film, so we'll have to cast somebody else. That does not work, because you had a freaking chameleon with Donald Pleasance in there as the character, and he could have easily been brought back if you wanted him to go into a disguise, trying to disguise himself to look like a different character or to be a different character, to try and fool Bond and everything. And it is a travesty that they did not move on and move forward with Pleasance reprising that role, because he had the talent to be able to do it. Telly Savalas, as much as I like him as an actor, he doesn't. He doesn't fit well in the role of Blofeld. Now, you have this henchwoman, Ilse Steppat, as Irma Blunt, and she would have been a perfect villain in her own right, and then Telly Savalas could have played like a henchman character, similar to Red Grant in From Russia with Love, and that would have worked a lot better than having Blofeld in here. Other than Diana Rigg, the biggest and best moments of this film are with the Angels of Death characters of these brainwashed, mind-controlled, hypnotized, whatever you want to call them, 12 women, which that had a lot of promise. However, director Peter R. Hunt decides to focus more on these snow skiing action sequences than focusing on this hypnosis plot, which seems like it's right out of Fu Manchu's book. But this is nowhere near as good as Brides of Fu Manchu in that respect. So that was a downer, that you have this great plot that could have been really good with these 12 beautiful women being under the control of the villain, but other than one little sequence where one of the girls falls under Blofeld's control while Bond is in the room with her, there's not much that's done with this plot that's worth a shit. So, that being said, my final review for On Her Majesty's Secret Service from 1969. I am going to give this film a 6.8 out of 10. This is just, you've got a great Bond girl. You've got, M, Miss Moneypenny, and Q still in here. But you have a very lackluster version of Blofeld, and you have a very lackluster Bond in this film, unfortunately. But what do you guys think of On Her Majesty's Secret Service? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies, TV series, or ranking videos on this channel that I might not normally cover, become a Plus member. Well, that's it for another action movie night. If you missed last week's action movie night, check out the link above to get caught up on that one. And if you've missed any other videos, check out this down here where you can watch a playlist of any of our action movie nights that you have missed.